Welcome back to Laura's Design Studio. We are going to be doing a Gothic inspired tray, and I'm going to be using some of my extras that I pour when I have extra resin. So flowers, I pour all my little molds just like all of you do, but I have some here, and we're going to make a Gothic inspired tray. This tray takes 10 ounces, and I mixed up 10 ounces of Craftor 1-to-1, and I still see it. And off to the side here, I have black mica and purple mica. And we're going to split this between the cups. You want to mix it until there are no more streaks in it. I think we are good right there. And I'm just going to split it between these two cups over here. I just want to know why people, I heard the people upstairs, that's why this is reminding me, why people have to be so nasty. I'm going to clean out this cup right now. As if any of you have been with us any length of time, you know that the place that we moved to, my son and I moved to in Austin, is where he is the maintenance supervisor. I have cracked my cup. And, you know, he sees a lot of stuff. But we were talking about them upstairs because they walk like really hard. And he said, he made the comment that for as little of people as they are, you know, they walk very hard. And he said, and they're nasty. And I was like, what? He's like, I was up there working on something that they had put in a work order for the other day, and he had to he had to open up the one closet, and he said, I can't even believe people are like this, but he said that she has in her closet a bunch of used pads just all over the floor of the closet. That's disgusting. Why aren't they in a trash can, in a trash bag? Why are they all over the floor of the closet? And why are we keeping those things? And the worst part of it is, we have valet trash here. We have valet trash. They actually come all you gotta do is stick it outside in the trash can they give you outside your door, and every single night they come and pick up all the trash. So why do you have a closet full, a floor full in your closet of used pads? So nasty. That, I can't even. I don't get it. I do not get it at all. I have so many questions. And I just don't even want to know the answers to them, I guess. Oh my Lord. Why? 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 I don't get it. Okay, we're just gonna... Yes, I'm doing black and the violets. I'm gonna stop right there for a second. I want to get this down around the edge, because then I'm going to go with the stick all around the edge here. Try and get out any bubbles. fill up the rest of this flour. I think. When we demold this, that's when we will definitely add some of our extras that I've been doing. I'm gonna watch this mold because this side, this dips down a little bit, and sometimes sometimes I need to prop it up. The attorney that I worked for in Laughlin, he has an adopted daughter, and she was a very spoiled little nasty girl, and she was like that since I had known her since she was 4, and she, even at 4 years old, she was so out of control. Well, it got so bad at their house with her, because then they had another child who was by in vitro. And she was just nasty to the brother, nasty to everybody. And she used to come into our office when she was a teenager, and she would use the bathroom, and she would leave her pets just thrown on the floor in the bathroom. And I was constantly on her about, we have clients that use that bathroom, and you will not be doing this. You will clean up your own mess. And she's like, well, she told me flat out, she's like, people clean up after me. I don't clean up after myself. And I said, well, in this office, yes, you do. Otherwise, you can just not be in this office. And I told Keith, I said, if this is how we're going to do this, she's not welcome in the office anymore. You need to put your foot down, because this is ridiculous. It's disgusting. And then their cleaning lady was the same cleaning lady I had. The cleaning lady for the office and their house cleaned my apartment for me. And she was telling me that that's just typical. She refuses to clean up anything, that she just leaves it all there because there's a housekeeper that needs to clean it. And I thought, that is so disgusting. But it got so bad in their house. They had purchased a house in Henderson, which is basically a suburb of Las Vegas. And they bought a house up there, and as a teenager, like at age 14, mind you, they sent her up there to live by herself at age 14. Some people, but you know, I was like, you did what? Oh yeah, we sent her to there. We have a lady that'll go check on her every once in a while. What? A 14-year-old? But at least she was out of my hair. Okay guys, I am gonna let this cure, and then we'll be back for demold, and then you'll see what we're doing with the rest of this make. And just a quick announcement, July 1st, there will be a video out. There'll be a video out, and it will have the information that you need to enter for any of the giveaways on July 7th, which is my 1,000 subscriber celebration. It's going to be on Andy's channel, which is CCUK. The reason I'm doing it on there is because he was one of the first ones that really, you know, got on me about doing, you know, getting monetized, because I had always said, I don't care, it's not, that's not really what I want, anything like that. And then between him and Renee from Heart Creations by Renee, and then, you know, I was getting comments from subscribers. I was also getting comments from people like Mary at Resin Me Up. Hi, Mary. You know, just encouraging and telling me how much, you know, how much they really liked the new format, you know, all of that stuff. And so because of those people, you know, and Andy does the live interviews with other creators, and since I was on I went on his show to talk more about mental health, but of course he forced me into talking about my channel. And at that point I was still like, you know, my goal is not to get monetized, anything like that. And then I started doing a lot more with Craftor, and I felt it was only fair to them. And I really wasn't keeping track of it or anything. I was like, whatever happens, happens, you know. Then I get an email from Craftor telling me, you know, they can't wait for me to get monetized and that I'm almost there. And I hadn't looked at any of my numbers or anything. And I think during that email I was like, what are you guys talking about? You know, that's just, I didn't think that because I think when I went on Andy's, I was like either, I don't even know if I was at 500 at that point. And I'm not one to look at stats, numbers, anything like that. So when they said that, I went and looked, and I was like over 800, and I was like, when did that happen? And then Renee pushed, she gave me that final push. Plus, you know, I felt it was only fair to Craftor because I do a lot with them. that if I get monetized, you know, that'd be better for them. So at that point, I think it was like $9.50, and I was like, oh, this might happen, you know. I couldn't believe it, but this might happen. But now I already have people who are on board having me do giveaways on my celebration, and you will have stuff from Craftor, of course. They cannot ship to the UK, and I definitely did not want to leave any of those people out. So I will also do Amazon gift cards for any UKers that win. INTORESIN, graciously, you know, I'm not able to buy a whole lot from them because, you know, I do live on disability, but I have bought, you know, some stuff from them, and they were gracious enough to want to give away a mold for me. And also iCandy, who I've just recently bought a few things from, and Jeff over there is so kind, and he said contact him when, you know, with dates and stuff, and I'm gonna do that tomorrow. That's on my list, that I'm going to contact him and get him settled. So that is what we're looking like. So, you know, we do have some people who are going to help out in this celebration, and hopefully all you guys will be there. It'll be at 3 p.m. that's Central US time, which is 8 p.m. UK time. So from there, figure out your times. But there will be a video out on July 1st telling you how it's going to work, how you're going to enter. So be sure to look for that video, and I'll see you guys when it's time to demold. Bye. Welcome back. I thought I'd show you some stuff that came in. And these are all from the Vine program. So the first thing I got was this UV light glue. You saw the other one that I've been using, that I've been testing, and I really like it. It came with the light, the flashlight and all that. This was another one that popped up. So let's okay, so the tube looks like this, and then what else is in here? Oh, and this is the flashlight it comes with. So I'll be testing that out. I've never heard of this company. It's Visibilla, but it came up on Vine, so I was going to test it. This is also something that came up on Vine. Silver leaf paint, and ready to use, toxic free, long lasting. Instructions: clean target area thoroughly and to ensure it's dry and free of oil and dirt. Shake the metallic gilding paint bottle well, then apply the paint. If necessary, apply a second coat after the first has cured for about 30 minutes. Cure it for 12 hours. Apply an even layer of the varnish over the gold leaf surface. Well, this is silver, so. And allow it to cure for another 12 hours. So, let's look at, how do I get into this box? Okay, here it is. It has some tape on it. Okay. So, this little kit comes with some plastic things, and it comes with this brush. Comes with this brush too, so you get 2 of those brushes. Then you've got liquid silver foil, and then the varnish. So we're gonna be trying this out. We'll see how it works. You put all that back in there. Okay, how the brushes fit, they were in there to begin with. Okay, so that's something we'll try out. This set here, you get 2. I'm gonna cut it open. Sorry for the crinkles. So it's silicone mold that I would use for extras. You get 2 of them, they're the same. You get the honey pot. This is like the little beehive honeycomb. You got some bees. This one says honey on it. Little flowers. I think those are little flowers, and I don't know, but you get 2 of them, so that's nice little extras. Little extra mold there. Okay. Sorry guys, crinkle, crinkle. What you doing, Clyde? So this is like a Mardi Gras set. So you get cards, your suits, money. That looks like a die right there. You get like the masks and the like the Joker hat, or the Gesture hat. You get this little one, and then this one is that comic case, the hat, and a drum. So those are nice little extras that we can use. Like I said, these all came up on the Vine program. Okay, so these are little daisy molds. That may be sunflower right there. Sunflowers, maybe? These are daisies. And these are little daisies. So those came up. Get all this stuff. here. Oh. And then we have this one. Holy moly, it's stuck to the bag. This is military. You know, my son is disabled vet. So you got like a brick wall. I don't know what all this stuff is, but here you have hero, you got a tank, you got combat boots, you've got like a dog tag. What does that one say? That one says United States. And this one says, okay, hold on. Honor courage, maybe? So it's a little military set. So this is some thick, nice silicone. And then last, we just got some medicine cups. So little cups, always use those. All right, guys, let's get on to what we're doing, which is this tray, and I'll show you what we're gonna do with it. There is the flowers. It was a mixture of that yellow and purple. Everything got poured in there. Pretty. Goes in my bucket of the flowers. Let's see here. Ooh. Well, okay, that was a black and a purple, and there it is, black and purple. I don't know if you guys can see the color distinction, but like here is black, and then you've got the purple that runs. It's hard to see the different, the back is, you can see the black and the purple. That's okay, because we're gonna do something with this. I'm gonna pause you and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what we're doing. I had this extra that I poured of the dragon with the heart, which is purple. That's gonna go in the center. And then I have the black flowers here. I have the cluster of 3 for the one. And then the daffodils. And the same thing over here, the cluster of 3, and then the daffodils. So, you've seen me do this before. I don't want things to move or anything like that. I have 2 ounces of resin here that I just poured. So I will take some super glue. Yeah, I can't get the regular lid off anymore. It's crazy. And I'm just, what I do is I tack it down with the super glue so that, oh, so that it doesn't move when I pour the resin in. So I'm looking, and it takes a minute to hold because it's resin, but it will hold. I just want to make sure it's kind of centered. Okay, sit there for a second. Then I'm going to do the same with the flowers here. Just a little bit, just enough to tack it down. daffodils. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. So the daffodils. And then the cluster of 3. Okay. They're taking hold. This one is definitely down. So that's what it's going to look like. I have Craftor epoxy 1:1. So I just made up 2 ounces. I know this style isn't for everybody, but I really like. My son and I are both very much Gothic-y. My other son's probably, I would say he's, I don't know about Gothic-y, but he's like the dark side also. But my ex-military son, the one I live with, he and I both have very similar styles. So these are not moving anymore. The glue has definitely taken hold. This one's thin, so, but it's tacked down, it'll stay. So. Good or bad, my kids have the same views that I do. You know, they're both pool players now because they were raised in a pool hall with their mother playing. So we're just gonna put this around everything. push it all to the edges. Make sure you don't have any fish eyes. Just making sure it gets all around the flowers. Okay. Alright guys, this is the final look. Let me know what you think. I know this style isn't for everybody, but I like the dark Gothic side, definitely. In the meantime, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that black bell for all notifications, and also don't forget all your discount codes in the description box. There's discount codes for INTORESIN, Craftor, Eye Candy. I have the link for Ella's the mystery box, Resin Molds Express. I have one coming. I can't wait to get July. I don't know what's in it. I refuse to look because I want to be surprised when it gets here, but it is last tracking it left overseas, and hopefully it'll be here in the next, I'm hoping for this week, so we'll see. But when I get it, we will definitely see what's in it and have some fun with it. So in the meantime guys, I will see you on the next one. Bye.